Hi, I'm George. I'm a solutions consultant at Abacum, and today I bring you a demo on how companies in the life sciences space use Abacum to forecast multiple scenarios across multiple projects, playing with timing of project stages, funding, costs, and finally gross to net revenue. So today's demo focuses on the planning aspects, but of course Abacum also automates budget versus actuals through integrations with multiple source systems, and this could include the data lakes that are used by CROs. So we connect all of these source systems in the integration section, and we would pull the data here into the dataset section. Let me take you quickly through what we've got here, starting with a summary of the report by quarter and by year. So here you can see a breakdown of the typical line items. It's not a standard P&L, of course. We have the EBITDA line, we have the development or CapEx line, and then here we have our ending cash balance, which we can keep an eye on. You'll note that I've also underneath got here some scenarios. So I have a forecast, or a base case, a bull case, and a bear case. And I've got this broken down monthly, so we can actually track as we go across how close to the line we get with our, how close to the basically running out of cash we're going to be. And then as you can see, as we carry on going to the right, the revenue kicks in, we make some more money, and we're okay for cash. Now, obviously there are several inputs, starting with the funding. Here you can see we've got a funding schedule, different funding sources. We can click in, we can add, we can change the timing of any given funding source. If I want, I can also add new funding sources to my plan. Then we got some inputs around timing scenarios. So you'll see that we have some delays across different stages that we can play around with, as well as across the full project. So if I want to delay at any given stage for any given asset, I can come in, I can filter on these columns, I can input the updated stage date and have that update the Gantt chart underneath. Or if I need to come in and actually say that, you know, any given asset is actually going to be, the whole project is going to be delayed or brought forward potentially, I can enter an offset by months here. This will then impact the CapEx and OpEx schedules I have below. Of course, we then have some scenarios here, so you can see in this bear case scenario, I'm delaying this BioVex project by 6 months, whereas in the bull case, the CTP is actually being brought forward 1 month. Anyway, so here you have the original timing of the CapEx, the new timing of the CapEx, and here I can click in and I can adjust the CapEx amounts. We also have some OpEx. We're going to come onto this in a second. This is actually an allocation of staff costs, and we have a separate space for this. And then finally, we have some revenue assumptions. So what we think those annual revenue amounts might be, how they might grow over time. And here we simply just see the timing again, so we can play around with the actual timing of launching any given asset, similar kind of input panel that you saw before. Then we've got our gross revenue, our net revenue and EBITDA, and then our gross to net breakdown showing all of those partner and other chargeback fees that we incur. So then let's briefly take you over the allocations piece. Here you can see a summary of the allocation of all my different staff members based on the rules that we've defined. And then if we scroll down, we have just a check to make sure that everyone is allocated correctly. And then underneath we have the actual input panel with some conditional formatting telling us here that Anita is over allocated, so we need to come in and fix that. So yeah, basically here you have a nice clean example of how Abacum can be set up for life sciences. Now there's a whole world that we can dive into here, and I look forward to doing that with you. So if you'd like to learn more, please get in touch, book a demo, and we will have a conversation. Hope to speak soon. Bye.